Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Lansing Ignite, a football manager story. This is a save where we're trying to keep my hometown team, the Lansing Ignite, from bankruptcy and from dissolution, all the while trying to make it to the playoffs in USL League One. And speaking of the playoffs, at this time in the season, that playoff race is indeed heating up. Let's take a look at the competitions. As you can see, Lansing are in 5th place after 22 games. We got 11 wins, 3 draws, 8 losses, a +4 goal differential. Total of 36 points puts us just 2 points back from Toronto FC for that 4th and final playoff spot. And also only 3 points back from North Texas. So we could raise as high as 3rd place this week in our if we win our game. So we got some good news there. Now we got a little bit of bad news in that astute viewers might notice we've skipped a game. And that's because I tried to record a game, but of course the wonderful Microsoft update changed my microphone levels. And the last recording I did is just sort of unsalvageable. The microphone levels were so low that if I posted it, you'd have to turn your TV up to 50 to hear it. So we're not going to release that video. We're just going to kind of try to recap it. Now the first thing we have to recap is transfers, because we did pass a transfer deadline day. And I was going to record an episode for that too, so there's kind of like 2 missed episodes here. But I ended up not wanting to release that episode either because honestly nothing really happened on transfer deadline day. The only thing of significance really that happened was the loss of our deal. Now if you saw at the end of our last episode, we got an offer for defender Kevin Quaffick, $125,000. That would have been a big deal for us. That would have secured our finances a little bit more and helped us maybe get to the finish line of this season with a little bit of room to spare. But unfortunately, Austin FC has joined MLS, and MLS roster rules prevented them from actually signing Quaffick. They tried to sign him to a reserve contract, and they didn't have any reserve contracts available. So, that's not going to work. I even tried to send them the deal a second time, and they agreed a second time, but then they tried to sign him to the same contract a second time, and it didn't work again. So, Austin FC, get your stuff together. Just sign him to a senior contract. You'd be fine. But anyway, that deal fell through. Unfortunately, in between the time we had, penciled this deal in, and by the time they canceled it, I had already signed a couple of players to replace Quaffick. So we do have some new players. And honestly, I'll do what I did in the Lost episode. We'll actually take a look at all the transfers for the league for this transfer window. And as you can see here, Lansing's at the top. We had 5 transfers, 3 in, 2 out. And our 3 in, of course, Coy Craft, you saw him a couple of episodes ago, the young right winger. But then we also signed a couple of familiar faces, some guys who were in on trial for us early in the season. Brian Burke, central defender / right back. So a guy who gives us, he was kind of coming in. He's a 30-year-old. Can we look at him here? Can we take a look at these a little? No, not. We'll look at him in a minute. But anyway, we signed both those guys in on free, a right back and a left back. So Parker Maher is our left back. And basically we're going to sign those 2 guys to come in and give us a little bit of depth, but also to replace Quaffick. But now since we're keeping Quaffick, our defense is sort of overflowing with prospects. And then, of course, the 2 out players this transfer window, we sold Toomey and Pato, so 2 forwards out and 2 defenders in. So Lansing beefing up the defense, perhaps at the expense of the attack. But other than us, not a lot of action has gone on in League One in terms of transfers. TFC2 let go of 1 guy, Krakowiak Castro, let him go for $3,000. Biko Besainth, a guy that we played against in North Texas. I don't remember how well he did against us, but he did play against us, and they let him go on a free. And then the big mover was Orlando City B, selling 3 players for some significant cash. Bagru goes out for $165K, and then Leo Simas out for a big $350K, and then Emmanuel Hagen out for only $8K. But still, huge deal for Leo Simas. I don't know if Orlando City B really needs the cash because they have a parent club, Orlando City. But still, that kind of deal might give them some ability to sign some transfers if they ever feel the need to in future seasons. Obviously, this season's kind of lost for Orlando City because they're last in the league, but it might set them up for some prosperity next year. Who knows? And then Chattanooga made one move, letting go of Will Dietrich to Fresno on a free. So not a lot of action going on here in USO League One. Not a lot of money to be thrown around, honestly. But still, we were the big movers and shakers. Is there anything else to talk about? Oh yeah, we've got the game that we skipped, which was a tremendous game. I wish you could have seen it because we absolutely destroyed the aforementioned OCB 5-1. It was a devastation from start to finish. Bruce scoring in the 23rd minute. The central defender our central attacker, really, our main striker, Alex Bruce, gets things going at the 23rd minute. And then Grant Lillard, the central defender, with 2 goals. His first 2 of the season. Marshall Hollingsworth, Xavier Gomez. We also had at least 1 goal that was disallowed by offside, if not 2. So we just absolutely destroyed Orlando City. We'll take a look at these goals. It's a game we needed. It's a game we wanted to put us where we are, which is within striking distance of those final 2 playoff spots. Because before that game, we were down, 2 games, basically. We're down 5 points. So here we go. Here's Rafa getting one on the wing, sends one in. Everybody lets it go. Bruce has an easy tap-in on the back post for this first goal. That was some bad omens for the defense. There's Lillard getting a goal, just rising up over everyone for his first goal on the free kick. Here's Rafa again on the set piece. Quafic to Lillard, who scores his second. So set pieces were big for us in this game, as was the poor defensive work by Orlando City. Their defense and goalkeepers just could not stop anyone. Here's Hollingsworth on the wrong side of the pitch. For some reason, he was on the right-hand side that time. I have no idea why. Here we go. Here's Michelle down the sideline for OCB, trying to get one back, sending it in. And there's a great strike from Mendoza to bring Orlando City back a little bit. That was 3-1. And then here we go. Hollingsworth on the deep throw-in. Looking, sends it across. And then Gomez with a rocket shot in the 94th minute to end the scoring, 5-1. So we had some excellent just attacking that game. It was, you look at the ratings here, everybody was outstanding. Our set pieces, of course, led by Lillard and Rafa getting a couple of assists. It was a great game. What can you say? Outstanding. We're hoping to have another similar game like that today, because we are in the soft part of the schedule. We're playing all the teams at the bottom of the league, and let's get to the league matchups this week. So, another tough game for Orlando City B, playing the top team in the league, Madison. We'll see if they can have any luck stopping Mason Toy, the leading goal scorer in the league. Probably not. Then we face 7th place Tormenta FC going down to Georgia to face them. That should be a fun road trip. North Texas plays Greenville, 3rd versus 6th. Greenville have been playing okay lately, going on a little bit of a run to get them up to 6th point. Then the big game, Richmond versus TFC, 2nd versus 4th. A loss by TFC really, puts us in position to make the playoffs. It's just, well, not make the playoffs, but to be in that 4th spot. So we're really going to be rooting for Richmond today, and then Tucson versus Chattanooga has really no place. So we're going to be keeping an eye on North Texas playing a resurgent Greenville team, and then the big game, Richmond versus Toronto FC2. Let's get to our game today, and hopefully we can do our bit. So there we go. There's the first game of the week. Madison upset by OCB 3-2. How about that? I believe Orlando City had their coach fired after our game. Key employees. No, he's still there. He was under fire, though. This guy, after our game, they were like some serious questions like, what are you doing? Losing so bad. But seems he stuck around and got a little bit of a comeback versus Madison. So, I mean, that helps us out a little bit. Obviously, Madison is above us in the standings, so anybody who loses above us in the standings is fair game as far as I'm concerned. So here we go. Here is today's matchup. Oh, we're not going down to Tormenta. It is a home game, so this helps us out. Our finances have dipped because we haven't had a home game yet this month. So here we go. Cooley Law School Stadium, 1,780 tickets. That seems to be the floor right now for our attendance. We need to start getting a win streak, get into the playoffs, and hopefully some more fans will start showing up. It is a wonderful day. Breezy, 80 degrees, and sunny. We are the favorite here. 6-4 favorites. Inconsistent form. 3 wins, a draw, and a loss. They're in fair form. 3 draws, a win, and a loss. We've beat Tormenta FC twice this season, so hopefully we can continue that. We still have the 2 major injuries, but not much else. Team selection. John Miglaris, I think, yeah, he's been their coach. Yeah, he's been their coach since 2018. So we've looked at this guy before. Let's get to team selection. And we do have our 2 new guys on the bench. So Brian Burke, 30-year-old defender. As you can see, he can play left, right, and center defense. So he's a versatile defender for us. 30 years old, so he's definitely experienced. Doesn't have the pace that we like, but he is a big body, 6'2", almost 190 pounds. Decent for this level. He's got great teamwork. He's got good long throws. So if we put him out there on the right-hand side, maybe we won't have some of these long throw difficulties that we've had in the past. But he's a decent defender. Heading is okay. Marking and tackling, not too great. But at fullback, that's okay. And then our other player, Parker Maher, 26 years old. And he's a bit more of a toolbox guy. Right, he's not the guy you bring in to be a specialist and fix one thing, but he can play all over the place, and he's got decent attributes everywhere. He's got good determination and work rate, so that's good. He's going to do his bit. But other than that, he's just super average. So we brought him in really for versatility and because he's inexpensive. He's only making $18K a year. So if you add these 2 guys together, their salary would have been a little bit more than Kwafik, but not much. So we would have replaced Kwafik with 2 guys, but now we're having to replace him with, we're just going to have to add salary, honestly. So that's not great. Yeah, so it won't take a big bite out of us financially, but it will take a tiny bite out of us financially, and we might be sort of eking to that finish line because I don't know if there's any more opportunities to make money going on this season. Anyway, let's get to the lineups here. We do have Cleveland in goal, 34 concessions in 25 appearances, not great. Moon at left back, 2 assists. Williams at right back, 2 assists. Lillard, 3 goals now on the season, 7.09 rating. Stoneman, his rating is sort of hovering around this 6.8 type rating, so he's played okay this season with 18 starts. Hollingsworth on the left has been playing outstanding since we inserted him in the starting lineup, 4 assists on the season. Koycraft still waiting to record his first goal or assist, but his rating is usable. And this guy, Edward Sosa, making his debut. He's a trialist. This is actually a guy we're looking at for next season. I don't know why we're going into this now, but we're going to go into this now. He's an outstanding player. 4 stars, 4.5 star possibility, 22 years old. He's a free agent. We could bring him in now, but I don't necessarily know that we need him. And he would just be more salary. So we're just keeping an eye on this guy for next season. Maybe we can sign him for a contract for next season. But he's an outstanding player. He'll help us out tremendously next year. But for now, we're just bringing him on trial to scout him, essentially. And then he's going to be paired up with Lewis Jones in the midfield, coming back after injuries and sort of getting benched and all that stuff. Basically, we had some tired boys, a lot of injuries in the center midfield. So, these guys are getting some opportunities. And then, of course, Bruce, our leading goal scorer, with 9, and then 4 on the right-hand side, getting another start. They've got Bledsoe in goal, 38 concessions, so he's in the same boat as Cleveland. Foster on the left, McClaws on the right, 3 assists, got to watch out for him. Skelton, 6.68. Knutson, so their defense hasn't played terrific. Arslan, most assists on the team with only 4, but he's got 3 goals with that, 3 assists for Micheletto. Goslin, 2 goals from the midfield. Vinyls, 2 assists from the midfield. Coutinho, 2 goals. And then Morel, up top, team captain, highest goal scorer with 8. He's the guy we're going to have to focus on. He's got all the stars and bars, so we'll have to keep an eye on him. Pep talk. We could move into playoff race. Let's be assertive. Impress me with the playoffs. Nobody cares about the playoffs. Come on, boys. Come on, boys and girls. We're going standard today. Try to see if we can just play an average game and, get a nice home victory. This is what we need. Jones, hasn't played a lot this season. And if we need to, we do have some options on the bench. But we had a lot of our guys tired after last game. We only had 3 days rest. So rather than having some guys who look like this, 70% at the start of the game, we decided to go with our team depth and use some depth. Could be trouble, but we still have those guys on the bench so we can bring them in second half if necessary. We should encourage our players to try short passing play, okay? So we might want to go possession against Tormenta. How are we doing here? They've got the possession right now, 53%. Focus on attacking set pieces. All right, we can do that. Here's Morel. We're in our oranges today. Cleveland cannot stop the free kick. And Tormenta goes up early. This is not what we want. We want to play a defensive game, unfortunately. So for them to get an easy free kick goal, Cleveland, he's in position. He just misjudges it. And Tormenta goes up early. Here's another highlight for Tormenta in their road blues. Sending one in. Lillard heads it out. Can we start a counterattack here? No. Goslin gets it out to Micheletto on the sideline. He's looking. Not a terrific shot there. Easily stopped from Cleveland. Can we get a mega highlight? No. Morel's pulling the strings out there, of course. Okay. We got to do something here. We only had 1 shot on target. We got to change things up tactically. It's just a no-brainer right there. So we will go positive. Got our shorter passing. We're going to counter press. We're going to do all the things that maybe this team isn't terrific at, but we're going to try. We got to. We're down a goal. We got to do something. Yeah. What am I looking at? Here? Get out of here. This is what I'm looking at. All right. It's no good to get flustered at halftime. So we got some poor ratings. Some very, very poor ratings. Coy Kraft is playing poorly. Those 2 guys we got in the midfield are playing poorly. So we're going to have to bring in some substitutes. Maybe not just yet. We'll give these guys a little bit of time in the second half. But we're going to give them a dressing down in the dressing room. Pep talk. Assertive. Where's your passion? Do you even want to win this game? Let's go. And then the other thing, of course, opposition instructions. We like to do the opposition instructions. What does Nate Miller have to say? Okay. He's all for pressing up on these boys, which we will certainly oblige. All right. Gonna press down the middle. Tightly mark on the wings. That's my strategy for pressing. Might not always work, might not work against every team, but this team, I think they'll want to go down the middle, you know, with Coutinho and Vinyls and Gosling and Morel, of course. So we'll try to pressure those guys and make them turn it over. Let's start the second half. All right. We need some highlights. We didn't have a single highlight. We only had one wayward shot. So here we go. Hollingsworth, can he get to that? He does have the foot speed to get to that pass from Stoneman. He dives inside, past the defense, sends it forward. And Four, not particularly excited about going after that cross. That is one of Elma's problems. He doesn't always go after the ball. All right, here we go. That's not great for a poacher. Sosa gets it forward to Kraft. He does have a decent team up with Kraft. If Kraft could get him a nice pass here, you know, split the defense, get it forward. No, he's just going to take it himself. Bruce tries to get the rebound. It was an interesting play from Kraft. I thought maybe he could have squeezed a pass through to Elma, but it was not to be. All right, here we go. And we're getting more highlights. This is what we want. Sosa with a direct pass for Elma. Elma gets it to Bruce. Oh, big stop from Bledsoe. I thought that was going to be our equalizer right there. And now here comes Tormenta. The quiet storm. Nope. I thought they were going to start a counterattack, but it ends there. 58. We're getting down to 60 minutes here. Here is Tormenta with a highlight. We can't let him get two. This would be terrible. Here we go. Morel sends one in. Big stop from Cleveland, but nobody's there for the rebound. Micheletto scores. This is not good. This is not good. All right. So we're going to bring in Xavier Gomez for Lewis Jones. Making box to box. Well, we don't need two box to box, I guess. So we'll make him the ball winner. Oh boy. I guess we'll bring in St. Duke for Elma. Make him the advance forward. All right. Come on, boys. Oh, the other thing I want to do is I want to take Sosa. I can't put him on attack, can I? We'll make him advanced playmaker on attack. All right, boys. Here we go. 66 minutes. Let's see if our changes make a difference. Got some new players in there. Coutinho with a shot. Easy save from Cleveland, but we're not looking good. We are not looking good at all. Here we go. Demand more. All right. Oh, terrible turnover at midfield. Tormenta looking to break our back with a third goal here. No, they're just looking to waste time, it appears. Foster with a iffy cross intercepted by Bruce. That was a great turnover. Coy Kraft, can he make amends? Can he do something with the ball? He sends it in, nearly gets it. Nope. Here we go. Okay, Gomez. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. We need a goal here. If we get a goal here with 20 minutes to go, we're going to be okay. We're going to be within striking distance of at least a draw and then staying within shouting distance. We don't want to go back down by 2 games. Here we go. Sosa spreading it out wide. Hollingsworth got some space on the far side. Can he get past his man for a cross? He sends it in. Bruce is there. How did Bledsoe stop that? Bledsoe is on fire today. Got a hot keeper. That's no good. Here we go. Can we get some set piece magic? Gomez sends it in. Nobody there in the center of the field. Tormenta clears it easily. 70 minutes. Make a sub here. Third sub. You know, I guess we need playmakers in there, right? I was going to bring in a defender because our defenders are very tired. But we need playmakers, and everybody's playing poorly, so we're going to bring in Rafa for Coy Kraft. See if Rafa can make a difference. Here we go, Sosa. Sosa's played very well. Bruce with a header. Heads it wide. You know, Sosa's definitely shown his quality. If we lose this game, maybe that might pressure me into signing him. I don't know. 82 minutes. Let's go attacking, really. It's not really much we can do. 88 minutes. Can we get 2 goals in 2 minutes? We'll see. St. Duke, there's that man Sosa again, trying to pull the strings. Takes his own shot straight to Bledsoe. Bledsoe's stopped some rockets today. He's going to have no problem with that. So this is going to be 2 upsets from the bottom of the league. Madison upset and then Lansing upset. So like I said, the schedule seems to be easier, but nothing's guaranteed in this league. Every team is so close in terms of quality. We played much better in the second half. Got 8 more shots and 6 of them on target. So we at least had some chances second half, 58% possession. We should have gone possession from the start against this team. But we tried to play a little cautious, and it bit us. Let's be assertive. Disappointed. We needed a win. Terrible. Ay vey. All right. Sosa makes his debut. How did he play? How did Sosa play in that game? We'll figure that out after we play the other games this week. So we're going to pause it here and get to those games. Okay, we're back, and we got a little bit of help from the big game. Richmond beats TFC 2-0, so that keeps them within striking distance. Now, North Texas did not help us out by winning against Greenville, so they move a little bit out of reach right now. They are 6 points up on us, but we still have a lifeline against Toronto FC, only 2 points up. So, it's not a disastrous week, but we could have slipped into playoff position. That's our goal, and that would have been outstanding. Yeah, so we're going to take one quick look and see how Sosa did. 6.9 rating, that's okay. He didn't, no goals, no assists, but he was around. He was trying to make plays, and he's not particularly match fit, so... he could be an option for us because we don't have a terrific second striker right now. And if we brought him in, it could secure playoff place for us, but it could also damage our finances. So maybe we'll see if we can sign him on the cheap. And if not, we'll just sign him for next year. But that's going to be it for this week. Next week, another big game coming up. This time against Chattanooga and then Greenville. And then we'll get back-to-back against Greenville. And then the final 2 are the huge games, TFC and Richmond, the 2 teams we're chasing. So we'll come back for those. Till then, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.